Hi there. In my last video, I added the tenor part to my cadence, and today I'm going to add the cymbal part, and we're going to do some finishing touches to this cadence. So let's just get started with our cymbal part. Let's go Edit, Instruments, and Marching Band. Head on down to MDL cymbal line. This is the correct score order. Okay. And there's a lot of page automation that happens. Don't be alarmed. And let's fix the bracket. Okay. So the thing with the cymbal lines is there's, once again, not a whole lot of notation standardization when it comes to the cymbal line. I am going to primarily use crashes, some hi-hat crunches, and some sizzes. I already have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do. So let's just go ahead and get started. I know I'm going to start with a crash after this roll. So I'm going to hit N. And here we have our key, but you'll see that it's all, except for these, which are slash note heads, it's all normal note heads. So we're going to change that a little bit, okay? But there's 3 cymbal parts in this instrument, so I'll write for 3, and I'm going to only write unison parts. Okay, so let's get these crashes in here. I'm sorry that sound is going to happen. That sound is going to happen a lot in this video, so just bear with. Let's add our accent. So this is just going to be our regular crash, okay? I'm going to put a crash choke on the and of 3. And so I'm going to do that actually just by copying this and pasting it. And I'm going to make it an 8th note. And I'm also going to add a staccato to it. So articulations, staccato. There you go, a little staccato. I actually like it on top, so let's do that. Okay, so that's going to be my crash choke, and let's do a sizz at the end here, okay? So there actually is a sizz sound in MDL, so let's go whole notes, and let's put in our there's our sizz. Okay, so sizzle, you can see at the bottom here, it says sizzle cymbal 3. Okay, I gotta get all these on sizzle cymbals. So I'm just toggling with my arrow keys to get that sizz. And I'll just kind of notate that with a Z. Okay, so let's go to tremolo and Z. That's pretty clear. Z. Z for sizz. Oops. So now I'm just going to actually do this a few more times for my groove. I like to have just these sizzes on the downbeats of the phrases. So that'll be every 2 bars. Sizz, sizz. And for this bass and quad section, I'm going to do some chicks. So some hi-hat. I think they're called crunches in this. Tap, crunch. Okay, yeah. So I know that that's 2 up from the crash. Okay. So I'll just do 1, 2 on my arrow key, and these are going to be crunches now. And I'm going to go ahead and make those note heads X's, just so there's a little bit more of a difference. So all these crunch symbols, edit note head, and I'm going to make it an X. I'm not going to bother with changing all of these. I just know I'm going to use quarter notes. So I'll just do that for each of these. Edit note head, X, edit note head, X. Okay. And I'll just hit apply and OK. And that should make those all X's. Very good. And let's just copy paste. Get some chord notes going. Nothing wrong with keeping time. And let's do another crash choke. I'll just pull that from here. At the beginning of this, I'm going to go ahead and change this right now. I'm getting off task, but I'm going to go ahead and change this to a shot. So that's another issue with like the note heads. Go ahead and just go to N and then edit drum set. And I'm just going to pretend that this rim, drum 1, I'm just going to pretend that that can be a rim shot. And I'll go ahead and make it something cool looking. Like I kind of like this X. That looks pretty radical. Nah, I actually don't like that. Rim, drum 1. Let's just go with the ornate X. Okay, and I'll add my marcato to that. And let's do a big crash at the end. So I'll just take that crash from the beginning, copy, and paste at the end. And that is the completion of the cadence. Very nice. Okay, so I have all these excess measures here. I'm just going to select the first one in the snare line, then I'm going to select the last one in the cymbal line, shift click, and then command delete to delete all these excess measures. They're gone. I have a little bit of overhang here. I'll probably come back to that. Okay, now for the fun part. What separates the amateurs from the pros is editing. Okay, so we're gonna go back through all the way from the beginning, and I'm just gonna listen to it one time, and this is gonna be my way of combing through the piece and trying to find any issues I see. Okay, I'm sorry about a little bit of playback issue. It usually doesn't do that. Maybe it's because I'm recording and doing all these things. It might be slowing me down. But I do know that I want to add a few more dynamics here. So let's go dynamics. And let's go fortissimo for these slams. Okay. And let's make sure I have stickings here. Text sticking, left, right, left, and let's do both. Okay, so I had an idea for the tenor part here. So I'm going to go where it's split with the bass drums. I'm going to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm going to do a cross on the second iteration to make it a little bit more fancy. So let's make these cross. Okay, and let's make sure that all of these are, select all similar elements. Sure that they're, I'm going to go above staff and then above chord. Just to make sure, yep, that looks a lot nicer. Let's lock down tight. Let's accent all these. Okay. Good. That's cool. And let's add the sticking now. I'm actually going to go all the way, yep, that's all in there. Yep. Text, sticking, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Then both, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent. I need stickings on my unisons. Okay. Now the next thing I really want to do is I want to make this longer. So I'm going to add some repeats. Okay, so this does have a form to it. I have my lead in, and then I have an introduction. I have this transition right here, and then this is going to be my groove, and I want to repeat my groove. So let's just select this bar, and I'll go to the left. I'll go to repeats and jumps. This is my forward repeat, so that's to start the repeat. And then I'll do backwards repeat. And then I also want to repeat the whole cadence. So starting here, I'm going to put a signa. I guess I have to select the bar. Signa. And then at the end here, I'm going to add a DS. That should work. I'm also going to add a bar line. I'm sorry for that sound. I'm going to add a double bar line because it makes it look a little bit nicer. Bar line, so double. Just like that. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Just going to comb through it one more time. Sure, everything's looking nice. All right. I'm going to go ahead and listen to it, see what happens. Okay, we don't have to listen to that all over again. I did want to make sure that I'm going to drop this quad part down in dynamic, just to make sure that that bass drum part cuts. So I'll make that mezzo forte. And then pop it up to fortissimo here. Let's put everything in fortissimo. Then everyone's going to have a forte piano at the end. And then everyone's going to have fortissimo. Let's make it triple forte, just for fun. Okay. I think I want to make the page look a little bit nicer. So let's start by taking my title. And let's make this bold and italic. Let's make it a little bit bigger too. 30 font. Put my last name in instead. Okay. Put a little bit of space here. I try not to mess with what happens automatically too much. I think this is okay, the way that that breaks. Yeah, this is all okay. I wish that it was a little bit smaller. Maybe I can do that with my page formatting. So one thing I also did forget, I actually like Bravura a little bit better. And then page settings. Let's make the scale staff space. Let's make that a little bit smaller. That's nice that it fits on to. I wonder if I can push this up a little bit. That doesn't do anything. Settings. Yeah, I can just kind of play with this a little bit, but I think I actually liked it better the other way. I think that's the best it's going to be. So I'll just kind of finagle this a little bit to make it look a little bit nicer. So I can do this break and spacer thing. I can push this up a little bit. So the biggest thing is that everything is really clear and easy to read. I can always get in there and put a little bit more space between the parts, just so it doesn't look too cluttered. I think that helps. Yeah, that looks nicer. Okay, here's another thing I noticed. Right now, these bar lines aren't going all the way through the system. So I'm just going to drag this down. And voila, now we got them going all the way through the system. So that looks a lot nicer because it's dividing the bars up really clean. I'm okay with this breaking. That's not that big of a deal to me. Yeah, so I'm going to play it one more time. And then I think this is ready to publish. You know what? I actually did forget something. I did not give the cymbals any dynamics at all. So let's put these at forte. Cymbals are pretty loud as it is. So I think that I'm just going to keep it pretty conservative. So let's make these forte. And then let's make these mezzo piano. And let's keep it at mezzo piano. Oh, let's go mezzo forte. Feeling adventurous. Okay, at the end here, I'm just going to make it forte, and then they're going to play triple forte at the end. And now I think we're good. Knock on wood. Right on. Okay, so that's going to do it for me in this cadence. I will drop a link so you can get this on my Musescore page, and you can download it, you can play it, and you can do whatever you want with it. I can't show you how to upload it onto Musescore, but just so you know, it is this cloud button right here on the top left. You can save your score to musescore.com, and then make sure when you do that, make sure that you select Use Score Audio, because you're using these MDL sounds. In order for it to sound right, you have to select it that way. Okay, that's all I've got. I hope you guys have found these videos helpful, and have some fun. This is a really, really fun thing to do. So thank you for watching, and take care.